Hey, welcome to the show. Today is Friday, Y Day, and joining me on the show every Friday is Tommy and Dan. What is up, fellers?
Happy Friday. How's it going?
It's going
Happy Friday. Good to see you guys.
How are you, Beb?
Hey, how you doing?
Beb? We are not going to talk about Chicago Bear football. Monday night was a disaster.
Tough.
You think they're going to fire Nagy?
I don't know, man, but his play calling is not good.
Not good.
I'll just put it like that.
The so-called offensive genius, not quite seeing it. Yeah, I don't know what. I don't know what's
story,
gonna
man.
happen.
It's the defense just doing all they can to keep him in the game. And anyways,
but we're not talking about it. We're not talking about it. Dodgers won the World Series.
Who knew?
Who knew? I think something happened. Something happened with the Lakers too. I think.
Apparently, the Lakers won. I don't. You know, it is. Yeah. My level of interest in pro sports is at an all-time low. But we're not going to talk about sports today. What we are going to talk about, though, it's Friday Y Day. We got a lot of exciting things happening around Mission Church. So many things. We're going to share some wins here in a second. But this weekend, what do we got? We have, I love our flags. Finish. This is a little finish line for the past 2+, really 2.5, 3, probably all in. Our church has been on this journey that we've called Never the Same. It's been a vision of transformation, a historic move from being a portable church to a permanent church. And we are celebrating the finish this Sunday. We were planning to celebrate that in April, but a couple of things got in the way of that. So we pushed it to this Sunday. It's going to be exciting. I'm very excited about it. So we're going to be talking about some unforgettable moments over the past couple years. The three of us are going to share some of those here in just a minute. But before we do that, we're going to share some wins. Like what has been happening in the life of our church. I love it. You guys usually bring a couple wins. So let's go ahead and share those. Dan, what do you got?
Yeah. It's Friday Y Day. So we go back to our why of helping people find and follow Christ and this vision of to experience the movement of Jesus in the 10 in our lifetime. So we always share a little watch party win, some missional community stuff. And so watch party win from this week is just, maybe you've been gathering back at the building or you're watching Mission online. We still have watch parties, like fully functioning and thriving out there, setting up Mission Church in patios and driveways. And some of them are now moving inside. And Naaman Tarpley's just killing it. He is crushing it as a watch party host. Love this guy. Awesome. And it's been cool as he was sharing his progression and how the initial weeks, he's like, it was him and his wife, and they were trying to getting it going. But as people have been inviting Freds and this thing's been growing, he's like, now it's great. It's just all hands on deck, different people bring meals each time. And he's just it's so easy to do and it's so fun. And there's really a community that's forming around their watch party. So that is awesome. Way to go, Naaman.
I think Jackie Glass said 12 are going to continue on through all of the winter watch parties. So huge shout out to you guys. I think too, Sunday, specifically the 10:30, but the whole morning, we've got this line on our 5-year vision that says there's evidence of a movement of Jesus that is redefining church. And Sunday felt like that statement realized. And we just never seen people respond to Jesus the way we have over the last 7 days between student alpha Sunday mornings, and then go and be baptized like immediately, just like you see happening in the Bible over and over again. So I know I posted about it this week, but my heart has been so full just seeing people. And then there's the story I won't tell that Mike Merrill experienced this week about a lady coming to faith literally on her deathbed. It's unbelievable. So grateful to what God's doing through our church.
Yeah, God is at work. And one of the things that we love to do every week as a staff, we sit around for 30 minutes and we brag on God. We talk about what God is up to in our church, in our lives, marriages, on our streets, and God is at work. Make no mistake about it. I know, because it's easy right now to think as if God's asleep or God is not involved or God forgot about us down here. No. The King is on the move. God is at work. He is drawing people to himself. He is restoring lives. God is at work. And it's awesome that we get to have a front row seat to not only watch it, but even more than that, to join in, to participate in it. Hey, just to over communicate some things, we now are rolling all 3 venues online, at the building, and watch parties. We want to make sure to over communicate that. We, from at the building standpoint, 9 a.m. and 10:30, but a big change is happening this coming Sunday. Not only is it time change Sunday, but Tommy, if you'd speak to it a little bit, what do we got going on for Mission Kids and our middle school students?
Yeah, good. Time change Sunday, but it's the good kind. It's the fallback where you get an extra hour. So, I mean, how good's that gonna? It's gonna be awesome.
It's so good.
But yeah, we are
weighted blanket. Have we talked about the weighted blanket on the show yet?
I don't know, but it's amazing. I highly recommend.
Talk about never the same.
Yeah, a weighted blanket. Yeah, I could go on for a while, so I'm just gonna stop. Right. I just get a weighted blanket.
You are in the middle of an important announcement, I think.
I know.
Sorry about that.
So. Go to mycalmblanket.com. Those are the best ones. Anyways, what am I talking about? Yeah, so Mission Kids and middle school is moving from the 10:30 to the 9 a.m. Why are we doing that? It's actually a great reason, because the 10:30 is filling up. So we're gathering at the building at this 25% recommended capacity limit, and we're at about like 23% the last 2 Sundays in the 10:30. If you've been in there, it's been so energized and awesome. And we got room at the 9 a.m. So we're making room for more. We know our guests come at 10:30. So if you've got a kid, if you got a middle school student, you register them at wearemission.com, and that is open at 9 a.m., not at 10:30 starting this Sunday.
That's big. That's breaking news.
Yep.
It's breaking news. And this Sunday, for those of you that do come to the building, rumor has it, we're going to have some cupcakes with some little checkered flags in them, which is going to be really fun. Just as a way, for us to celebrate this historic season that we have got to experience together. I mean, it wasn't that long ago, guys. We were a portable church at Lake Park West High School, setting up, tearing down. It wasn't that long ago that we as a team really felt led to say, all right, we really need to put down roots in this community. And it wasn't that long ago that we began to pray circles around this very building where the 3 of us sit right now, 82 Stratford Drive. And what God has done in the past few years is truly miraculous. It's unbelievable what God has done. And so we're going to celebrate this weekend. The message that I wrote, I know you guys have read it, and always, as you do every week, and give me feedback. There's a lot of stories in it that I'm going to get to tell. Just some really cool things that God did. But I thought it'd be fun for us for today on Friday Y Day is for you guys to share some of your kind of incredible moments, things that you remember from the past few years of Never the Same. And so we'll go Dan, then Tommy, and we'll go in that order. So what are you remembering, Dan? What are some moments, some standout moments?
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely remember moments, and I remember what I feel. And so I don't remember dates, years, or times of things. So
I can help you out with that.
You're the data analysts and calendars. So I don't know if it was one of the reveal nights, but we were in there, no carpet in the auditorium. All right. And there were these zoned off places, and they were everything was mid construction. And it was a very sweet time of people coming in, and we wrote names of neighbors and prayers in permanent marker on the concrete floor in the auditorium. And so some of you don't even know this, but if you sit kind of in the front right and front left sections, oddly enough, kind of around where baptism happens, you're actually standing on the names and prayers of family and friends and coworkers. And we were celebrating as a staff, like, Jesus has done something where he's answered those prayers, and people whose names are on the floor are worshiping him in the auditorium and at your homes in watch parties. And so that was a huge reminder to me. I was like, it's been about names and about helping people find and follow Christ. And the permanence of that is now permanent as God expands his kingdom.
Such a good memory.
Yeah, that was advanced commitment night, early March. Great night. Yeah, the one story that I laugh at is a story. It all almost started really badly with me losing my right eyeball. So on January 26th, 2018, you and I got the keys to the place.
Yeah.
And so we met our realtor here, who's a buddy of ours, Brad, and Brad's awesome. And he did this awesome thing of he brought a bottle of champagne. And he's like, let's have a, let's just pop this cork and let's celebrate and toast to what God has done here. We got the keys to this place.
Yes.
And I don't think he's opened a lot of bottles of champagne because you're supposed to hold the cork and pull the bottle down. You don't do this, even though it's fun. Well, he did that and didn't realize it was aimed at this eyeball right here.
Oh my
gosh. And I literally went down. John, you were there. I literally went down to the ground.
Yes.
And I didn't know for a couple of seconds if I was going to have sight in my right eye, but just missed.
I forgot all about that story. I'm so glad you told that. Dude, I thought, I'm like, I can't believe this is why they shouldn't give me and Tommy the keys. We've been here for 2 minutes and he just knocked out his eye. I'm like, what am I going to tell the church? We got a one-eye worship leader now. We got a pirate worship leader eye patch. What happened?
Well, it would have been kind of cool to wear an eye patch, but I don't know.
That's
what were you gonna say,
man. No, you're good. That's awesome.
We are mission. Anyway, I digress. Dan, what else? What do you got?
The reveal nights. I know we celebrated and reflected on that as a staff. Just having people at Lake Park. There was a tent outside. Back here, and it was freezing. That was February.
It was
early February of 2018, and you guys loaded up all these people on buses and took them over to the Macy's parking lot, which is now a Woodman's parking lot.
Yeah, that's right.
You pointed them at this building, and we had a projector ready, and you guys all counted down, and we revealed to our church, that this was the home that God had given us. And then we worshiped together in a tent, and we circled, as you said, the building, laid hands on it and thanked God and prayed. I'll just never forget those moments, how special those nights were.
Yeah, that really solidified what's true of Mission Church's culture, which is celebrating God's goodness and our grittiness. And I just love that. That's how I remember that night. I don't know if it was just rain, but there was like slush stuff on the ground, and there were people kind of shoveling and throwing down mats over the little grassy knolls so that people could walk from the parking lot. And it wasn't fancy, and people needed to duck their heads to be in this tent. We kind of had these lights somewhat hanging. It was cold, and the volume and level of worship about God's goodness, and everyone just rallying together, being like, this is gritty, but this is what partnering with Jesus building his church looks like. And I was sharing this as a staff, like that happened in the parking lot just outside the back wall of the auditorium. By God's grace has stuck, and the same level of worshiping God's goodness and the grittiness of Mission Church. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, I remember that night. I told you guys might be the number one experience in my entire ministry life. I'll never be able to even describe what I felt that night. We went on a prayer journey around the building, and I remember those. I had a few different people pray, and I remember those prayers. I remember one on the south side. Ed Bryjack was praying just for our heart for the community. Oh my goodness, what a night!
Yeah,
what a night. All right, what's another memory?
Then we had Tommy. Correct me on this if it's not, but was it Move-In Sunday and the unfinished floor? And I loved it.
Gosh.
We're like, here we go. Like, invite your neighbors, invite your friends. It's going to be amazing. All that stuff. And there are tiles missing from out in the lobby.
Oh my gosh.
All of the trim work and baseboards aren't up. And it was it was great. And the guys were so grateful for the team that built this building, but they were putting down vinyl tiles, I think 1 per hour. And we were just like,
tortoise.
Throw in the towel. Man, we got close. There's no accelerating through the finish line on this one. All right, that's how it's going to be. But on Move-In Sunday, the level of like unity and healthy pride of ownership, being like, God did this. and it's like the bumper's missing and the hood ornament's not attached yet. We're like, yeah, this is amazing. This is home.
Oh my
and
gosh.
It was so good. It was so good.
So you guys will definitely remember when we started talking about, hey, we bought a building, surprise. Now we need to raise a lot of money to do this. We were fully expecting to have our grand opening in the fall. So it was going to be around like November, mid-November. And so you guys remember this. And so I started kind of trying to hedge a little bit, saying, we hope it's going to be the fall. We think it's going to be the fall. You guys remember this. And the closer we got, you know, Tommy, you're like, I don't know. So then, because our plan, we had talked with Lake Park, is we were going to be totally out of the high school by like December 1st of 2017. And then you guys will remember I was on a coaching deal out in San Diego. Me and some other pastors met with Larry Osborne for a couple days. And I shared with Larry the predicament we were in, just like, we're in our first building campaign. It's not done yet. I just kind of shared the whole story. And I remember him saying, he's like, do not have your grand opening on Christmas. And that was our plan, like fully full plan. And I remember just feeling like, oh my gosh. And we finished the meeting and I called you, Tommy. I'm like, oh gosh, here's what Uncle Larry just said. And he knows a few things about projects like this. So that's when we decided, all right, we're going to finish at Lake Park West High School. So our final services at Lake Park ended up being Christmas. Then I think it was January 6th of 2018. We had move-in Sunday. And then we pushed grand opening. We did like a 2-part, February 2nd and 3rd, I think is what it was. But man, we almost, that was such a exciting, but oh my gosh, that was so stressful. I mean, what are some of your even behind the scenes, Tommy? You ran the whole project. I mean, you lived here literally. Well, what were some other things besides almost losing your eye?
Yeah. I mean, all the things that we're talking about, like from a qualitative standpoint with our people, I remember those good things. When it comes to the construction, I can only remember the things that went wrong. And I know a ton of things went miraculously right. I remember in August, Diana Nosek texting me saying, hey, I think the building's on fire.
Oh my goodness, I forgot about that. You're right.
I just panicked. And I remember driving down Schick Road and seeing some smoke.
Dude, so you saw smoke coming off the building?
Yeah, like enough to just like get really stressed. And so what apparently the roofers were, so we raised the roof of the auditorium. Can't really tell from the outside. Raised it. And they were roofing, kind of putting a rubber cap on
fire. Literally.
Remember that song?
And so I have my theory of how it started. I won't say, but they claim it was an electrostatic spark that happened.
I'm sure.
Whatever. So yeah, we lost about 1/8 of the back right corner roofing because of a electrostatic fire. And so that happened. I remember our favorite painter, Don Mascari, falling off a lift.
Oh my gosh.
I think maybe his wrist or something. And
miracle he didn't die.
Yeah.
He was on top of a scaffold, a ladder on top of.
Yeah.
I mean, he almost gave his life.
He knows better than that, but he did. We just said, hey, you sign this waiver, Don, and then you can.
Yeah, you're not going to tell Don Mascari what to do. You're like, all right, man, knock it out, bro. Oh my gosh.
There's a lot of those stories, endless amounts that are funny now and had me in the fetal position back then, 2019 or 2018.
So good. Well, hey, we thought it'd be fun today for Live at 8 to retell these stories. And some of you that are watching this, it'd be fun in the comments for you to even type in right now. What are some of your memories that you are carrying with you over the past couple of years? Some of you've been with us for this entire Never the Same journey. And I know you have some memories. I'd love for you to just jot those into the notes. A lot of you are brand new, man. You are brand new to Mission Church. You don't remember any of the high school days because you weren't part of it back then. But some of you were. And so I think it's so important as we get into this weekend to celebrate Never the Same, to remember the goodness of God, to remember these memories, to remember all that God has done. That's all we have for today. We will see you guys this weekend. Never the Same celebration. That's all we got. We love you guys. See you soon.